Hi, my name's Tiffany Crosara and welcome to my site tiffanycrosara.com. I have been a psychic for as long as I can remember, which sounds a bit cheesy, but it is actually true. My first realization was when I was 4, and a lot of things happened to me when I was 4. Well, 3. But they were 3 big events, and you can hear and read all about them on the About page. So when I look back at what brought me to where I am today, it was a lot of misunderstanding, a lot of learning the hard way, a lot of feeling like I had to find my own way and be my own best guide, really. This was the case for me throughout school, and the fact that I was an only child from a single parent household as well meant I spent a lot of time on my own, and I also felt on my own at school, felt kind of singled out in a way because I just wasn't the same as everybody else. And when I was 20, this culminated as a big period in my spiritual development, maybe the catalyst of everything. I had some very strong experiences of loss, all within 18 months. Really. That made me unable to work in society in the way that I had done, because I just couldn't go along with it anymore, really, to be honest. And I also started to become very ill, and that's when I started my healing path in terms of becoming a hands-on healer. And I only did that just to heal myself at the time, and I was still in mainstream employment, but it was more in the care industry, to do something where I felt like I was giving back to society in a way that was true or worthwhile, really. But the care industry took its toll on me, as well as all the stresses and the strains of everything that had catalysed that career move. And I ended up becoming even more aware of my psychic ability through my trainings. I had started to realise that it wasn't that I was odd and that things happened to me that I had no control over. It was more a case of realising that I was psychic and that it was something that I could work with. It wasn't something that was just out of my control. And as that happened, my abilities increased, particularly clairaudience, which means clear hearing. And that culminated in me opening a shop in Camberwell, South London, in 2003. And everybody thought we were crazy. And I guess in the normal sense of the word, we probably were. You know, we didn't really have much money, and we opened it in one of the most challenging parts of South London. And it was a very strong challenge. And after 3 years, we decided that we'd met that challenge and that we couldn't really grow anymore. So we closed the shop just as it was starting to make money. And again, people thought we were crazy for working for 3 years to get to a place where it was starting to make money and then close it. But for me, I could feel that I wasn't growing anymore, and I needed to grow. So I knew I had to come out of that space. And I didn't see the shop as a failure at all. I saw it as a crash course in coming out of the mainstream, coming out of employment, and learning how to walk this path with so much trust. And, you know, that's still something I'm learning. It's an ongoing thing, as it is for all of us. But I can say that, you know, if I hadn't have done that in the early days, then I really wouldn't have got to where I am now. So I closed the shop and I went to work for Mysteries in Covent Garden, which some of you may well know is quite a well-known establishment. And then I got asked to teach some workshops on tarot and psychic development, but I had to actually write the manuals. And so I wrote the manuals, and the tarot one got published, and that was my first book. That was released last September, and it won an award for Best Spiritual Book of 2012. So that was quite good going, assuming there was only 3 months left of the year. And that propelled me onto doing readings live on TV, which you can see on psychictoday.co.uk or Sky TV 886. I'm on there about 3-4 times a month, and to know when I'm on, just send me a friend request on Facebook, because I am me. I don't have a stage name and I don't have a fan page. You know, I am just me, Tiffany Crosara, and if you want to know, that's how I use my page, in terms of it's all there authentically, and I just post quite openly who I am, and you know, what is going on in the world, and also things that are just going on in my life and things that can help your life as well. So that's where I am now, and I feel very, very blessed to walk this path. Yes, it has challenges, as does everybody's life, and you know, I guess it has its own set of specialist challenges in a way. But what am I really talking about here? Well, I guess I'm talking about the supernatural, because it is supernatural, and I believe that the supernatural energy of this life is what it's all about. If we can learn to be supernatural, i.e. open, authentic, trusting, loving, then everything else follows suit. You know, your intuition, your guidance, all of those seemingly magical things, which yes, are beautiful and make life incredible, are actually really supernatural. And I like to be able to help people to get to that place in their life. And if I can help you in any way, shape or form, then please do get in contact. There's some pages on this site. There's a range of sessions. So you can go just for a general half an hour, which is not even, I shouldn't really say just, you know, general is very powerful for actually allowing the universe to kind of say what it needs to say, which is a very powerful act when we get out of our own agenda and allow that to happen. So you can have a range from a general session right through to cord cuttings, past life regressions, astro, tarot readings, you know, anything that's kind of around that line. You know, everything is healing. Even tarot is healing. It's not seen as a healing practice as such. It's seen as a foretelling practice, but the way I work with it is very much about looking at your life now and seeing how it is now. It's just like if you went for an x-ray, you know, if something was wrong and you couldn't find out what it was, you couldn't see what it was, you'd go for an x-ray. You wouldn't just go, okay, well, I'll wait until it gets better in the future. If it keeps playing up now, we need to look at the here and now and really look at what's going on, and from there then we can make it better. So I love to help people with that side of things, but mainly with the trust in becoming open, because that's what it all boils down to. The trust in your openness, your authenticity, your self-acceptance, your love of yourself in a beautiful, balanced way. And believe me, I haven't got there yet either, but if we all waited until we were perfect, then we'd never get anywhere, or we'd never help anybody. So what I'm trying to say is my passion is empowering you. I love doing workshops, for example, just for that reason, that you get it for yourself. You know, you have the experience, your face lights up, you realize the magic and the power and the capability that's within you, and not in an egotistical way, but just in a way of, wow, so much is possible, so much is magical. It's so eye-opening. So yeah, I'd love to connect with you either through a session or through a workshop or through Facebook, and I hope that our paths do cross soon. Thank you very much for watching.